as we prepare to go to 158, and it'll be Joe Guciardo. Guciardo is a sophomore for Brook Park, Ohio, against Solomon Fleckman for Lehigh from Merritt Island, Florida. Guciardo, in Ivy League performance last year, did not lose a match. He was undefeated last season.
Work it in.
And of course, he is the more experienced wrestler, although he's just a sophomore.
He won the quarterfinals last year in the Easterns, lost to Radomski in the semifinals.
Now with Fleckman, you have another one of these Olympic-style, rather standing-up wrestlers, looking for the fling.
The headlock.
Let's stay in the center. Let's go.
You see an awful lot of that, Larry, at the light weights. Usually you see that when you get up around 190 or heavyweight.
And there's a takedown immediately for
Fleckman trying to get out.
Guciardo. Brook Park, Ohio. Quite a few Ohio wrestlers on that. They got Warren, Ohio, Palmer, Ohio,
Set it.
Toledo, Ohio.
Top.
He does the bulk of his recruiting, I think, overall in Ohio. He's always had kids out
St.
there.
Edward's High School area.
Fleckman gets out. 2-1.
Work it in. Hold it up. Let's go.
This, of course, is an important match in the wrestling career of both Thad Turner and Andy Noel. Andy Noel looking for his 100th victory. He has never defeated Lehigh. He's lost 9 times as the Cornell coach. Thad Turner has never lost to Cornell. He's 14-0. Thad has won 166 times in his dual career.
Somebody out there, each time they make a move, grunts loudly.
Work it in. Work it in.
I don't know which wrestler it is.
I think if Lehigh can win this match, if Fleckman can beat Guciardo, and he may very well not, but he can do it. I think Lehigh has a distinct advantage going 67, 77, and 90. They're going to be strong right down to the heavyweight.
With Rice out of there, that helps Lehigh's opportunity, because Rice is a good wrestler. He's not going to wrestle. They're putting Barkaski in there.
He's a freshman from Moon Township High School in Pittsburgh.
Let's go.
But you never know what freshmen can do.
Yeah, the old impact wrestler.
Let's go. Get that foot back. Okay, let's go.
1:14 to go, first period. 2-1 lead.
Referee Joe Geezy.
Guciardo.
Let's go.
What you do in that standing neutral position is you put one foot on the line, and then the other foot must be back behind that line, if that line is extended in either direction. So your lead foot is on it. The other foot must be behind. 45 seconds.
Cornell! Cornell!
Stalling warning, and finally Fleckman has the 2-point takedown with 34 seconds to go in the first period.
Okay, use it.
What he's saying by use it is you can look like you're trying a cradle.
Let's go.
But if you don't do anything with it, it's no more advantageous than a good stall hold.
I've kind of always wondered whether it wouldn't be interesting to keep cumulative stalling calls through the match and award team points based upon the number of stalling calls that you acquire during a match.
Okay, set it.
It's something like a bonus situation.
Yeah.
You get 8 calls against you, then they put a team point up.
Yeah.
There's an escape.
Big tying it at 3-3.
With 9 seconds left in the first period.
Period will conclude, and we are all even at 3-3.
Cornell, come here.
We'll look at Fleckman's takedown here, Marv. You can see him on the leg.
Inside, picks it up well, drives with the shoulder.
And that will end the period. So we are tied at 3. Fleckman in the down position. Riding time not a factor yet. Has a 20-second advantage.
1, neutral.
Quick escape, 4-3, Lehigh.
Michelle Fleckman looks much more flexible than he did when we saw him against Wilkes. He's maneuvering, looking to get normal shots, pick a single.
Yeah, he looks a lot more aggressive. And although, as we indicated, we do concede that he is certainly a better wrestler on his feet in that Olympic style, trying to avoid the takedown here by coming across the top.
Neutral.
But he's going to have to shake that right leg loose.
Neutral.
Now it looks like he may do it.
Good crossface, tried to get it in.
And right at the edge.
That puts the lead back for the Cornell wrestler. We have a time, and
Except
he
he
had an
injured
injury.
his shoulder when he did it. He really came down hard.
Might
on
be
that left
separated
shoulder.
because the way he's not wanting to move it. But I'll tell you, you got a great trainer. There's Joe Guciardo. Here you see Andy Noel.
Let's see if maybe we can get another run of that, Larry. We could perhaps see if he came down on that shoulder. He had gotten the takedown, had a nice maneuver, looked like Fleckman was going to get out of that, and then ended up on the bottom right at the edge of the circle. Let's see.
It's the left shoulder, so keep your eye on the left shoulder. Hidden by view.
Now, right now, it looks like he is
The right shoulder that he's talking about.
kind of odd. It looked like the right shoulder wasn't
He's
even
hurt. He's hurt now.
You can see
He's
it,
going-
but the right.
He's pointing to his shoulder to the ref, saying, "Hey."
Definitely, it's the left shoulder.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and it looked like that it didn't hit the mat. He might have just twisted it
120 left.
as he was
In the
coming
first
around.
period,
In any
okay.
event, it was a
Let's go.
nice
I'm
takedown
sorry,
move.
you're right. Second
So
period.
Guciardo has recaptured the lead 5-4. Cornell leading 10-9. Close match.
Set it. Top.
Andy Noel, as Larry calls him, is the perfect guy to have coaching at this season of the year.
Neutral.
Nicely put, Marvin.
Someday I'll tell you about a friend of mine who had twins born just about Christmas time. Twin boys. One was Noel, and the other was Leon, which is Noel spelled backwards. And you know, that's true. 45 seconds left, second period.
Work it in.
Good single leg, but we crossed the line and
No room.
almost end up in the bleachers, and Meg Sherback and Alan Sheridan scooted back up against the wall. Thought they were going to get two wrestlers on their lap.
We're tied at 5-5. Riding time not significant. Good battle between Solomon Fleckman of Lehigh and Joe Guciardo of Cornell.
Work it in. Work it in.
We've already had two 5-5 ties, and that's where we are in this one at 158.
We had stalling against Cornell. I remember that. So important situation as a shrug comes in there.
Fleckman looked like he was going to do it, but Guciardo recovered very quickly. And do we have a takedown? I don't know. Look, he's over the top, and he did give two at the last moment. Andy Noel
Let's go.
knows his wrestler was wrong. He said you were sitting on it right there.
Hey, once you go to your butt,
Cornell.
that is the call. It's a kind of a new interpretation. If you are on your hip, stay in your hip in the overhooks or whatever they are. But at the moment you go to your cheeks,
Right
they
there.
call it. Now watch when he goes square. There, now he's sitting on it. And you know what I mean? Boom, that's the two.
And Andy Noel was not upset with Joe Giese.
No,
He
but
said
what
that
did he
was
do?
a
He
good
come out
call.
and he pointed. He says, your hip. He meant stay on your side.
Sure.
7-5, Fleckman.
Now, this is what Fleckman likes. This is that freestyle type of approach, and this is good for
But
him.
he's been taken down twice, which is a surprise.
I don't know what Fleckman's trying to convert here. He's trying to think about it, and he decides he's going to give the escape and start all over again.
Well, he only has 37 seconds time advantage, so that is not significant at this point and a 1-point lead. But he does have the advantage of having a stalling call against the Cornell grappler,
Work it in. Work it
and
in.
putting pressure on him will just...
Now he's trying to come around, got the two. Kind of a sneaky move. Fleckman turned that in. Really didn't look like he worked all that hard to get it. And another injury time We'll take a look at the takedown, Larry, and because we do have injury time here.
1 minute.
Bear in mind that the
1
knees
minute.
of the Cornell wrestler are still on the mat. They're his supporting points. And keep your eye on the knees. They are inside the line. Okay? Now, Fleckman spins around and gets that takedown.
9-6, Fleckman leading.
Again, I remind everybody that in college wrestling, the total cumulative time for an injury is 1.5 minutes. Not 2 minutes, which it used to be.
Let's go.
Larry, I
Come
think
here.
the observation that Marv Walenzik made earlier
Come here,
about Fleckman, there is really a major difference between the way he's wrestling here and the way he wrestled in the Wilkes match.
In the
He's
third
just
period. Okay,
much more
9-6
aggressive
Lehigh, and you're down.
than he was. He was really kind of laid back in that first one, and seems to have a little more confidence.
Well, Shell,
himself.
there's a good reason why I like the Lehigh uniforms this year.
Set it.
I know who that is.
Pop.
They look good.
Larry's
There's a cradle.
He's not much for subtlety, Larry.
Nope.
Now Fleckman's going to good move to the
Boy,
takedown.
right on that shoulder.
Watch it.
Pretty good drive up the middle, too.
Hold it. That's out to the side.
Potentially dangerous hold. Fleckman has to release. A minute to go. 9-6.
Let's go.
Fleckman leading 7 seconds short of a riding time minute. He could perhaps pick that
set
up.
it. Pop.
Important bout for Lehigh, trailing 10-9.
Well, to get Jim Riley back and show there's an ankle pick. There's that situation, Marv. I say every time you see an ankle close by, don't pass it up.
Takedown 2, 11-7, Fleckman.
You got the leg. You got the leg.
What he's saying is you got the leg, and if you don't let go, he's going to stop it. And there it is. It's an automatic.
Let's go.
It's an automatic stall. You hold on to that leg. I mean, the fans don't know the rules, and they boo the referee. You heard the referee say to the kid, you got the leg. You got the leg. Now, what is he supposed to do? Hand him a sign that says, let go? No, that's the coach's job to tell him that. He didn't let go. 10 seconds went by. You're stalling.
11-7. Escape, 11-8. Two-point takedown, 13-8, Fleckman.
Well, it looked like a start of an attempt there by Cornell grappler Guciardo, but he is tired. And Lehigh's freshman is leading by 5 plus a point for time. It'll be 14-8.
Victory for Fleckman. Lehigh puts 3 team points on the board, and the score
is there 1 second left, or isn't it?
Lehigh 12, Cornell 10. We'll be back with more wrestling in just a moment.